I'm Monica with Nucleic Verse. I use analogies, metaphors, and anthropomorphization in order to create poems and story. It's how I understand. It's how I see the unseen and ponder the unknown. Just as words are imperfect models of thought, so too are these words strung together as story. But imperfect as they are, we try. I present to you the poem, The Reliable Loss of RNA. The ticking of the timing chain, flanked with cap and adorned with tail, the entourage, sacred keeper of time, the pearls of the necklace, lost at a reliable rate, disperse to the beat of the contemporary tune. We know our bodies keep time, that cells with the same entire list of genes make different proteins from those genes, that individual cellular milieu changes throughout the day, even from moment to moment. The central dogma of cellular biology is that DNA makes RNA, which makes proteins, and that proteins are largely the functional business tools of the cells. But let's think. What if we need a protein and then needed to stop making a protein? That is absolutely critical, as critical as making it in the first place. That protein changes the function of the cell, and absolutely there needs to be a curtain call for the end of its usefulness. Besides, the literal biodegrading of the protein tool, the original prompt of its making and manufacturing, must be discontinued. But how is this done? How do we reel back the original ask, the request, for making the protein tool in the first place? That's what today's poem is about. The reliable loss of the RNA request for protein production. How do molecules keep time? Turns out that chaos is reliable. Diffusion, Brownian motion, entropy, call it what you will, that the urge to unravel is dependable. Nature makes good use of this force towards mess, to break down molecules at a reliable rate. There are helpers in this process, but today we will only regard the breaking down of molecules, RNA in particular, as the disassembly of molecules into their individual building blocks without assistance. RNA is a temporary thing, just like Post-it notes. You don't keep them forever. Anyway, RNA will break down eventually and return to its individual bases it's made up of, and then they'll diffuse away into the cellular goo. To make RNA last a little longer, long enough to have its job done, some changes need to happen. On one end, that is the beginning of the recipe, a cap is configured from the bonding of bases into a more stable conformation. Then, on the other end, the tail begins to form, bases are added, one after the other, and they're all adenosine or A's. Those are the bases with the ribose sugar connected at the end of the tail, and that's called the polyadenylated tail of RNA. So here's the final version of RNA, all dressed up, ready for action, messenger RNA, or mRNA. It has some work to do in the cell, but we don't have time to discuss that. So, okay, it's in its final form for this poem. Let's assume it serves its purpose, done its job for the cell, and now the cell doesn't need it anymore. How does it get rid of it? Well, it's like a great undressing. The polyadenylated tail is picked away at until eventually it looks more like regular RNA and not the formal messenger RNA. Then massive degradation happens and all the pieces and ingredients that made up RNA are broken off and return into the cellular soup. The full entourage of molecules that accompany the mRNA, we didn't get into that, but that's a whole different story. Just know that mRNA is directed, protected, or maybe even ushered to destruction by many molecules. It's not alone. So that's what I'm referring to when I say the entourage. And the necklace refers to the polyadenylated tail, each pearl an adenosine. The cell's ability to break down RNAs depend on its need at the time. So the contemporary tune is referencing those very individual needs. Let's read the poem again. The Reliable Loss of RNA. The ticking of the timing chain, flanked with cap, adorned with tail, the entourage, sacred keeper of time, the pearls of the necklace lost at a reliable rate, disperse to the beat of a contemporary tune. How beautiful. Also beautiful, this pin that I just ordered from Etsy that has DNA that can enter and just, well, it's attached, escape from the little microcentrifuge tube. Isn't that cute? Anyway, if you have questions about where I got that, I will leave it in the description below. Shout out to whoever made it in South Wales.